Toyota first introduced the all-new 2020 Harrier earlier this June in Japan. Now, this mid-size 4th generation SUV has finally landed on our sunny shores.
So let's take a look at what makes the Harrier Hybrid G so special.
The design of the new Harrier is deeply influenced by the form of a coupe SUV with sleeker body lines and a wider stance. Alright, so now let's talk about dimensions. Compared to the 3rd generation, this new Harrier is slightly longer and wider than the previous one, and the height is also 30mm lower. And you can really see where the coupe SUV design influences play a part.
The Harrier also has design cues that make it a lot more elegant than before. For instance, take a look at this grille design. Now, this is called the hawk-like grille design, and you see these streaks in here that resemble wings. Now, down the sides, you'll notice that the flares are a lot more wide than before. And the way the body lines along the side of the car just culminate in this rear end makes it look a lot more elegant and stylish than before.
So if you take a good look and you scrutinize how the Harrier looks, you notice that its face, the chrome trim parts kind of resembles a mascara, and this portion here looks like its cheekbones are sculpted, which kind of makes the car, or rather gives the car a more sporty and aggressive appearance. Makeup jokes aside, now the headlights actually merges with the grille rather nicely, giving it a polished look.
Like the front end, the back end has also been sculpted really nicely. You get an entire strip of LED taillights along the boot, and this little crease here just makes the bumpers look a lot more fat than before. You also get an entire strip of chrome above the reverse lights, and it also has dual exhaust tips.
This car has 18-inch alloy rims, and if you look closely, you'll notice that they're dual tone, which adds on to the sporty profile of this car.
Now, judging a car by its exterior looks does make sense, but most of the time will actually be spent inside the car. Now, this is where the new Harrier does well. Everything is very cleanly laid out. I mean, there's still a few hard plastics on the dash, but most of the materials that you come into contact with are actually finished in this soft, supple leather. You have a new infotainment system with your radio tuner and your volume knobs. Dual zone climate control. Your start button is here, which is a little bit strange, as well as the brake lever. Now, usually it's behind the gear shifter itself, but well, I'm sure you get used to it in no time. You have a drive mode button with your normal, eco and sport modes. And there's plenty of storage here. You've got 2 cup holders here, you've got a wireless charging pad here. Door bins are pretty big. Glove compartment comes with this cup holder. All in all, the interior is really nicely laid out. The steering wheel controls are nice and, well, easily within reach, as are the indicators. Another cool feature this car has is this rear view mirror actually has the camera.
Even in the back, the levels of refinement are excellent. So the door panels are also finished in this supple leather that Jay mentioned earlier. One thing though, the trims here looks kind of more like a fake wood laminate, but overall it still looks pretty aesthetically pleasing, if I do say so myself. So you've got these 2 aircon vents here to keep you cool in this climate. After all, Singapore is pretty hot and humid. And also seats-wise, you're actually really comfortable, very plush and luxurious, and it kind of has this bouncy texture to it as well. Okay, for kids, you have these ISO points here to put your child support if need be. They also got it on this side as well. And you can also open up the middle seat, you know, you can use it as an armrest, or you can even put your drinks here and have your own tea party. Okay, now space-wise, there is a lot of headroom despite the lowered height of the car. And when you want to talk about the legroom-wise, because the wheelbase is 30mm wide, so there is a lot of space for you to move around. I don't feel very cramped in this car. I feel like, given the fact that it is a mid-size SUV, there is a lot of space for you to move about and stretch your legs like how I am sitting comfortably right now. The transmission and the hump is rather low too, so you won't be playing footsies with your fellow occupants.
The new Harrier comes with Toyota's 2.5-litre engine, the same engine that's actually found in the Camry, and it produces 178 horsepower and 222 Nm of torque. Now, it is mated to a electronic motor, but the combined total output of the car is rated at 280 brake horsepower. And all of it is routed through an eCVT transmission, which is, well, pretty commonplace in hybrid cars. Now, being a CVT gearbox, it does have, well, that rubber band effect, but it's not that apparent in this car. I mean, it's a hybrid, so you can't expect that much in terms of responsiveness, but if I were to flick into sports mode, it actually feels more decent. And the car does sort of try to replicate individual gear ratios like in a normal torque converter automatic, which is pretty nice. And overall, I just found myself wanting to leave it at normal all the time because it's so quiet and refined. And I mean, being an SUV, you get a raised driving position, and visibility all around is really, really excellent. You get this rear view mirror, which is actually a camera as well. The wing mirrors are massive, and you even have a little concave mirror on the left side so they can look at your wheels when you're driving. And it does have blind spot monitors as well.
So known as Toyota's Safety Sense, the Harrier comes with an innovative bundle of active safety features. So in my opinion, the most important one would definitely be the pre-collision system because it automatically applies the brakes for you.
And it basically prevents you from rear-ending the car in front of you.
Yep.
Can I just say, I really like how this new interior turned out. It's a lot more premium and upmarket than before.
It looks quite futuristic also.
Yeah, exactly. Now, for a modern car, this Toyota actually has pretty stiff steering. And, well, I don't get much feedback from the road actually. I don't think it's a hydraulic rack. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it is precise enough. Oh, and actually the handbrake just automatically disengages when you put it in drive. And when you put it in park, it just turns back on. Now this feels like a short throw gear shifter because it's so short, but you still have this, there's still a lot of travel in it, you know. So you actually have to reach pretty far forward. So one thing unique about this car is the EV mode that allows you to travel, well, not very long distances admittedly, but it does make it very, very silent. So let's say if you're sneaking out at night and you don't want your parents to hear you.
Where do you stay? Huh? Landed property? HDB, nobody will know what.
That aside, if you want to sneak out on someone, just turn on the EV mode and you can creep towards them.
Okay, so honestly, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people have this assumption that the new Harrier is actually quite small. But inside the cabin, I realized that it's quite spacious. And you know, it's kind of the inside that matters because you're going to be in the vehicle for most part, right? And the seats are very comfortable. It almost feels as if I'm sitting in a sofa, you know. It's very bouncy, very structured, and very secured. You know, it can give you the support that your ex-boyfriend has never given you. All things considered, the Harrier is one of the best SUVs in its class, and you should definitely consider it on your shortlist, especially if you're looking for a ride for your family's growing needs.
With its bold styling and well-rounded features in the cabin with its soft touch materials and high-end equipment, this is definitely a compelling choice.
Still not convinced? Simply book a test drive on UCARS.sg and try it out for yourself. If you have any other questions on the Harrier, feel free to chat us up on our live chat function as well. So lastly, let us know what your thoughts are on the Harrier, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to UCARS. We'll definitely see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Yeah, so in your opinion, would you recommend getting the Harrier? Is it for car buyers?
Back in the old days, the Toyota Harrier and the Lexus RX were the same car. But, so the Lexus RX got a lot bigger and a lot more luxurious. So the Harrier, well, it kind of stayed the same as a mid-size SUV, but that's not a bad thing. Now, just avoid the market that's flat by the departure of the RX years ago.
Okay, great history lesson. Would you recommend the Harrier?
Really love. I really love
你
the
刚才
metal.
已经讲了，我们已经讲了，我们讲这个大，then 我们讲 future
Safety ma.
taller like me.
You are not taller than me, Ali.
Well, I'm as tall as you.
No, you're not.
As tall. So known as Toyota's